right, we have our final driver of the day. We're joined by Ben Kennedy, driver of the number 31 ALS Association Chevrolet. Ben, you head into this weekend at 8th in points. You're currently leading our Sunoco Rookie of the Year standings. Tell us about how you feel coming here to Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm excited to come here to Charlotte. We tested here probably a couple weeks ago, and it was my first time being on the racetrack. I was here. I've maybe seen the racetrack once in my life before that, but it was a really cool racetrack. I'm excited for it. We're extremely fast in the tests. I think we have an awesome ALS Chevrolet out there waiting, and I'm hoping this rain stops so we can get a couple laps out there. If not today, maybe tomorrow. So looking forward to it.
All right, we'll open it up for some questions. Just raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start with Dustin.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. Ben, since the test was your first time at this track, this is a track we hear from a lot of drivers about how temperature sensitive it is. It can change so much during the day. I don't know how much of an impact it was in the test, but what was this track like with somebody looking upon it new eyes and experiencing it from all the things that we've heard about what this track can be like for a driver?
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that because I just got out of the rookie meeting, and that was one of the main topics is how temperature sensitive it is. And we really saw that during the tests. Lap times are very, sometimes 8 to 9/10 of a second from the day to the night. And it wasn't really a hot day or a cold night. It was just the sun being out and everything, and the track getting hot and slick. So I think it's going to play a big factor in our whole thought process and everything. Seeing that we have the practice tomorrow, we may not get out there today. That we may just stick with the setup that we had. That was really good during the test session instead of going off some of the practice stuff. But I definitely saw that, and as a new competitor coming in, you feel a little bit timid at first, the first couple of laps, and just sort of want to play it safe. And then by the time you get halfway through the race and you got your line and everything, it's just sort of set up that you can really start getting after it at that point.
Anything else strike you about being on this track for the first time?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Just the line and everything. I mean, from a fan's perspective, I'm sure it's completely different, but just the line that we take and arcing off in the corners and the amount of speed that you carry here. I know during our mock runs we're wide open here and just carrying a ton of speed. But it's a really cool racetrack, and I think that TV board is pretty cool. I know we're all hanging in the garage area watching the news and everything. So. It's a pretty cool racetrack. I'm excited to get out there tomorrow night and see what it looks like under the lights.
Zach?
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. Ben, last week at Kansas was an adventure for you guys, to say the least. What do you take away from that? And you clearly didn't get as much track time as you'd have liked. But what do you take away from that as you kind of learn the ropes and just to experience a night like that?
Yeah, it was. We were a little bit too free on the setup. I guess we were a little too aggressive as far as the qualifying deal was, and then sort of got out of the rubber there. There wasn't much else you could do with it at that point. So that was unfortunate. And we went to the backup truck, and it was just a night of bad luck for us. It was one thing after another, and even after we fixed it, we were still having issues with radiators and everything. But I'm proud of my guys for sticking through it all and ultimately finishing the race. And I think it's a real testament to how hard our team works and, really wants us and wants to finish all these races and get as much points as we can. And I think as far as the learning standpoint of it, I think it was, great to go in Kansas, get all that practice time and everything, and get a little bit of the racing at least. So any new track that I go to, it's, it's a new proving ground for me, and a new sort of level of experience that I can sort of undertake, I guess.
Any more questions for Ben? Woody? On the corner.
Woody came with MRN. Ben, I saw a couple of weeks ago your graduation selfie, and I was just curious about that day and if you have a big sense of relief now, or if education is more in your future, or if that's it now.
Yeah, it was a huge sense of relief, and it's kind of weird because I haven't been to Gainesville in like 4 or 5 months because I did an internship as my last little bit there. But it was really cool to do that, and do the whole graduation and have the celebrations with a bunch of families and friends. We had a bunch of family members fly in and everything, so it was pretty cool. And then I snagged that selfie there, and I'm sure it made on. I think it made it on the TV and everything, so everyone was talking about it. But it was pretty cool. And then we had a debuted helmet last weekend that had the gator on it and everything, which was pretty neat. But it's good to sort of have that, in my back pocket. And, if all else fails with this whole racing deal, that I have something that I can go to and maybe pursue something on the business front of it. But right now I'm really focusing on the racing side of it and hoping this works out.
Mike?
Two things. Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. First of all, where did you have your internship?
Is at NBC Sports in Stamford, Connecticut.
Nice. Next question. In a couple weeks, the K&N Series goes back to Bowman Gray Stadium. Have you tried to talk to folks and turn her into throwing a card together for you so you can go back to defend the
I've
championship?
thought about it, and I want to go back there so bad, at least to watch or something. We talked about it a little bit. We were actually talking about running the New Smyrna race earlier, and I know they're in Iowa this weekend, so we're cheering Kenzie on. But I think we're racing Dover the night before, so I think we're talking about traveling down and watching that race, hopefully. Yeah.
Anything else for Ben? All right, Ben, well, we appreciate the time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, guys.